Have you ever been in a meeting and the spouses start to argue and you don't know what to do? My name is Matt Reiner, and today I want to talk with you about an experience I had with a client where the spouses were arguing and how I de-escalated the situation. If you've never had the situation where your clients are arguing while in a meeting with you, well, I can probably guarantee that you will have it eventually, because money and finances are emotional and they cause people to see sometimes differently. Money and finances are emotional and it causes people to have emotional reactions, which tend to lead to arguments. And many couples don't discuss their finances enough. And so when they're in a meeting with an advisor is one of the only times they discuss it. And they could see things drastically differently about how they want to spend their money, invest their money, and save their money into the future. So in my situation, I had a client, both husband and wife in my office. They had drastically different views about saving and investing. One was conservative, the other was aggressive. One wanted to spend money to have experiences, the other wanted to sit on the money to ensure safety. Every time we talked, there was an argument in the office. And so how I looked to de-escalate the situation was I sat and listened. I let them talk it through, and then I started to ask questions. The one caveat over everything was I never took a side. I always related to both the aggressive side and the conservative side, letting them know that I heard what they were saying and that they weren't wrong for feeling that, because that's just an emotion they had. But instead of saying whether they're right or wrong, I asked them questions to help them come to a more middle rationalized view, not necessarily to their spouse's view, to a middle ground view. And then I would go to the other spouse and I would do the same thing, not to show any of the spouses that I was siding with either of them, but rather that I was trying to bring them to a middle ground, whether it's making me the bad guy or helping them come to a conclusion that was agreed upon by both sides that I helped to facilitate by asking questions. That is the point. Do not take sides in a situation like that, and do not try to convince one side or the other. Rather, let them come together by you asking questions. And that's how you de-escalate a situation and get buy-in. Because you have to realize, as the advisor, the spouse is sitting in your office, that is probably one of the only times they talk about money and their financial future is when they're with you. And emotions can run high, and it's up to you to help de-escalate it and push them forward in a unified way. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to this channel now to continue to get alerts on all the new content that we're putting out. And if you want more written and podcast and video content, head on over to mattreiner.com. That's MattReiner.com.